Hello everyone, look who I have in the kitchen today.
Hey.
It's Thomas, my husband. He's usually behind the camera, but he's in front of the camera today because we are making dinner for two. Mini ground beef Wellingtons. You can double up this recipe and make it for your whole family because this is an awesome Christmas dinner.
Yep.
Thomas calls it
Fancy pants dinner.
It's fancy, but it's so easy to make because we're using ground beef. We're going to give it some delicious ingredients to kind of flavor it up. Oh yeah. Now we're making two different variations today. I'm going to make one because I'm going to be using peas and carrots, red onions, and celery. Thomas is going to be using what?
Onion, celery, and mushroom.
We're going to bring you down here. We're going to mince up some vegetables, and then we're going to start putting this together. Very easy, so come on down. Okay, you guys, I've got the red onion here. I'm going to be cutting up a quarter of it for us to go in both of our variations. Now, beef Wellingtons, they have the big, what is it, a tenderloin in there?
Mm-hmm, they're pretty pricey.
Pretty pricey, right? So we're going to keep this price down for you guys and show you just how delicious it can be. Make it look really good on your Christmas dinner table.
We're going to keep it as cheap as possible. These are baby portobello mushrooms that I'm using.
They were pre-sliced. We rinsed them off because they're just going to go right into a saute pan, so we weren't too concerned about keeping them dry. All right, you want to keep your vegetables very thin.
You do?
Yes, you do. Almost like a mince, less than a dice.
Really?
You can say that. Yes. Don't. All right, I'm going to give him some of these red onions for his batch. Now with the celery, I'm just splitting it down the middle 3 times, whatever it takes, to make fine little dices there.
I'll add these to eggs tomorrow morning.
There you go.
These right here.
Yeah. We're going to saute this up. We're going to be using 2 medium pans because of his version and my version. So what you want to do is add about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of cooking oil to your pan. We have it on a medium-high heat. We're just going to saute down our vegetables. It's a good amount.
Oh, I thought you were going to do mine too.
And we're just using some avocado oil. When it gets nice and hot, we're going to add in our vegetables. Now, if you're doing the peas and carrots, hold off on that until we soften down that just a little bit. So we'll get a spatula. Smells like the holidays. Celery and onion. Mmm, yes.
And the earthy mushroom.
Yes.
Which she keeps forgetting about.
Now, you don't have to have 2 pans unless you want to create 2 different variations on your beef Wellingtons. We're doing it because I don't do mushrooms, and he doesn't do peas and carrots.
Yeah.
Very well at all, anyway.
No.
All right, it should take just a few minutes to soften them down. These will cook down in the oven once we create the Wellington and bake it off. But this adds a nice little flavor to it. We're going to get some salt and pepper, which Thomas will get right over there, and we'll crack it in. There we go. Give it some flavor to the vegetables.
There you go.
And some black pepper.
I'm not using the crunchy salt. I'm just using regular sea salt.
Okay, what we're going to do now is I'm going to add my peas and carrots. I'm going to turn off my burner. It just takes a few minutes. You don't want to overcook them. The peas and carrots will kind of help cool down my mixture here. Once Thomas gets to where he wants his, he'll turn his off and he'll put it in the bowl. All right, so we put our mixture into a medium mixing bowl, and then we added half a pound of ground beef to mine, half a pound of ground beef to Thomas's. Now, these will make 2 beef Wellingtons in this bowl right here, okay? And then his will make 2. Season with a little bit of salt and pepper because we do have ground beef in there. And then if you want to add some garlic flavor to it, you can add garlic, a powder, or some onion powder to enhance the onions that we put in there.
Well, I'm going to season with some salt, some black pepper, Now I'm going to put a little bit of onion powder in mine because I don't know if I got quite enough onion.
I'm definitely going to add some garlic powder. Now I've been mixing mine and I just kind of mash it in. Okay, we're going to need a binder. So what I'm going to do is crack an egg into a dish. We're going to beat it up.
Beat it up.
Beat it up. Because you only need half an egg for the dinner for two. So what I'm going to do after I get it beat up over here, I'm going to add half into mine and then Thomas can add half into his.
You cooks are such bullies.
There we go.
Beating everybody up.
We're going to add in about 1/8 of a spoonful of some whole grain mustard, or you can use Dijon mustard or regular mustard. Now once you get everything mixed in, we're going to pat it down on the bottom really good. And then I'm just going to draw a line, and that's where our meat patty is going to be. So I'm just going to draw a line like that. That's what you want it to look like. We're going to set these aside because we want to start making the puff pastry.
Puff pastry!
Okay, we're going to be working with this puff pastry sheets. Now you want to pull them out of your freezer and thaw them out before you work with them, okay? Let them sit on your countertop for about 40 minutes or leave them in your refrigerator overnight. We're going to cover our work surface, make sure it's nice and clean, with about a tablespoon of flour and just spread it around. I'm going to open it up.
You ready?
I'm ready.
For the flour?
Yep. There you go.
There it is.
And then we'll move it around. Now we're going to be working with one puff pastry sheet.
She keeps saying we. It's actually her.
So push off the excess there. We're going to lay our pastry in the middle. Now what you want to do is you just open it up, pull out your paper, open it up again, and remove the second sheet of paper there. And then I'm just going to pat it with some flour. Now we're going to roll it out, kind of thin it out to double its size. That's Thomas. Go for it.
No, it's not me. I don't do that.
I think he bumped me out of the way. I'm back.
She's back.
He's doing a very good job. Look at that. He was so excited to make this.
I was.
We're going to cut this into 4s, kind of keep it equal. Oh yeah, these are nice size. Yes, there we go. Now I wrapped the other puff pastry in a Ziploc bag just to kind of keep it fresh, and I'll put it in there. It'll hold in the refrigerator for a few days till you figure out what you want to do with it. Or you can make more of these. Okay, we're going to take half of that meat mixture. We're going to place it into the center of one of the pastries here. And then what you want to do is bring the sides up. Just keep pulling it like that till you get all the way into the middle. We're going to tuck it all in. And then you can seal all your edges. It's like a big dumpling.
Big dumpling.
Yep. You want to close it as much as you can. Seal it good. And then we're going to take a little egg wash. We took one egg and Thomas whisked it up.
Thank you for saying whisk.
There we go.
Non-violent.
And I'm going to just take a brush here. I'm going to place it right on the top where all the edges came together before it dries off. We're going to turn it over and we're going to place it on a sheet pan that we've lined with some parchment. We're going to tip it over, place it onto our pan. Make sure the seam side is down. And then we're going to take some of the egg here and we're going to coat the whole thing. Go down the edges, around the sides. That'll give it a nice golden brown color. Make it look really fancy, as Thomas says.
Fancy pants.
There we go. That's what it needs to look like. And then we're going to take a knife, sharp knife. We're going to cut a line or slit right in the center, and then we'll do it again. So you got a little plus sign there. We need that steam to come on out so it doesn't explode on in there. All right, we're going to do the rest of them and put them on here. Now, if your pastry starts shrinking in on itself, just kind of pull it out. Ooh, look at Thomas's over here, yeah. Now we got to figure out how we're going to know whose is whose. so what I'm going to do is Thomas's is going to have a little right there. How about that?
Extra slip.
Yep.
There you go.
Extra
cool.
slip on his. We're working together on this. Look at us. There we go.
Teamwork. Yay.
Teamwork. Look at how nice those look already. Okay. We're going to bake these in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. While these are baking, we're going to show you our Brussels sprout recipe really quick. And then we're going to be mashing up some potatoes to have gravy with it to pull it all together. For the Brussels sprouts, we're going to be using my recipe for the smashed Brussels sprouts.
One fell off.
We have this big stem of fresh Brussels sprouts. We just got this from H-E-B, which is our local grocery store, so they had these. So we're going to pop these off of here. We're going to put them into a colander because we're just going to clean them really good. I'm going to have Thomas do that while I talk to you about the potatoes. Now we're making homemade mashed potatoes. I have these gold potatoes. They're pretty big, about hand size. I'm going to be chopping these up so they cook quicker.
There we go.
All right, he's going to rinse these off and then we'll be back.
Well, I'm just going to take off the nub right there. And then any really seriously messed up or loose leaves, those are going to take off.
I've got all the potatoes done. I'd already rinsed them off, chopped them up. What I'm going to do is fill it with water about 1 inch above the potatoes, add some salt in there to give it nice flavor. I'm going to bring it to a boil and then just lower it down a little bit and let it simmer until the potatoes are fork tender. And then our beef Wellington should be done.
Yep. Yay. I'm hungry.
Okay, what we're going to do now is cut the Brussels sprouts that he's already prepared in half lengthwise. I'm going to bring a pot of water to a boil. All you need is just a medium saucepan. We're going to add a little bit of salt to it while it comes to a boil. Okay, our water is coming to a boil that I've already salted, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. We're going to go ahead and add in our Brussels sprouts, and then we're going to cook them for 8 minutes. Then we're going to turn off the heat and drain them, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. We all get to watch Thomas put them in there. There we go.
Piece okay.
Okay, Thomas is draining our Brussels sprouts, and then we're going to put them into a mixing bowl.
Apparently I'm getting a facial too.
Ooh, look how pretty those look.
Smell good.
Do they smell good?
Yeah, they smell like little cabbages.
All right, I'm going to have him put them into the bowl. Well, I'll go ahead and put them in the
I was
bowl.
going to say, you got it. You might as well.
All right, what we're going to do,
I can put some garlic in there.
probably like a teaspoon of garlic. I'll put this up. Y'all watch them.
Watch me put garlic in there.
We're going to drizzle a little bit of oil in. And then we're going to crack in some black pepper and some salt. Some shredded Parmesan cheese. Okay, we're going to mix that together. Once we get these all coated, you want to be very careful so that you don't bust them up too much and have all the leaves come off. So just be very careful, and we're going to spread them into a pan, a sheet pan. There you go. Get all that goodness out of there. And then we're just going to turn them over. So you want the flat side down, and then just kind of give them some space. Take a glass, and you're just going to put it on top of the Brussels sprout and flatten it down like that. Now these generally cook for 8 to 10 minutes in your oven that's been preheated at 400 degrees. We have our beef Wellingtons in there right now at 350 degrees, so I am going to put those in there, but we're going to cook these a little longer. We're going to come back and we're going to show you our plate. Look how beautiful those look. All right, we're going to find Thomas's.
I think that one's mine.
That one's right there.
I think so.
All right, we're going to put it on his plate. Y'all, make it look pretty. Now, we did let these rest a little bit to kind of pull themselves together. Thomas is going to cut in that nice flaky golden brown crust.
It's definitely flaky.
Now, I did decorate this with some fresh thyme. That's what the green stuff is. Look at that. Oh, it'll be so delicious. We got mashed potatoes and gravy that we made and my smashed Brussels sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you gonna take a bite of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's gonna get his bite. I'm gonna set up my bite. Let's dive in.
Yep, you got the peas
Oh,
and
you can
carrots.
see the peas and carrots in there. Let me grab me a bite. That crust is perfectly cooked. Y'all, this cooked for 1 hour. Here's our bites.
Mmm. That good.
Mm-hmm.
What's flaky?
Yeah.
Buttery crust.
Yes, and the meat mixture, it's very moist. Saute those vegetables and add them to that meat, you guys, and flavor it up.
That's good.
That is so delicious. Brussels sprouts. Salty goodness. Go follow that recipe on my recipe blog, catherinesplates.com. This is where you'll find everything, even homemade mashed potatoes, and I have a recipe for gravy on my recipe site too, catherinesplates.com. Go check it out. That's good.
That's good.
Let's check out these mashed potatoes that Thomas made.
I already know they're fire. I already know.
He's the mashed potato person. Wow. I love that you left some lumps in there. That's good. All right, you guys, give us a thumbs up on this one, our mini ground beef Wellingtons. You can do this for dinner for two, half the recipe, or do a full recipe, make it for the whole family for Christmas time. All right, we're going to see y'all on the next episode. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year. Bye, you guys.
Bye.